You're at a party in the break room, or stuck at a family gathering when it happens. Someone turns to you with the script. So, how's work? Crazy weather lately? Got any weekend plans? You smile, you nod, you say the right replies. And inside, your brain quietly starts counting seconds. Every new shallow question feels like another layer of sandpaper on your mind. You're not scared of people. You're just bored, strangely tired, and wondering how long you have to stand here before you can escape. You look around and see other people happily bouncing from one light topic to the next, laughing like this is the best part of the night. A quiet thought in you whispers, "Why does this feel like noise to me? Why can't I just enjoy it like everyone else?" If you've ever felt your soul slowly leaving your body during small talk, what I'm about to tell you about your brain is something most people like you never get to hear. And it might completely change how you see this flaw in yourself. Very quickly, the world starts giving you feedback about this. People tell you, "You're so serious, you're no fun, you always go too deep." Or they say, "Relax, it's just conversation." Like your discomfort is an overreaction. Maybe you've been called awkward, antisocial, or bad at talking to people simply because you go quiet when the topic never leaves the surface. So you start turning that judgment inward. Why can't I just do this basic human thing? Am I socially broken? Do I just not like people? You feel guilty for zoning out mid-conversation, for ducking out of events early, or for avoiding places where you know you'll be trapped in endless loops of how's work and what's new. Others see small talk as harmless background noise. You experience it as effort, self-editing, and a constant hunger for something real that never shows up. Most people like you stop there and decide they're the problem. But there's a very specific kind of mind that small talk quietly starves, and almost no one ever names it for you. What most people never tell you is that hating small talk doesn't automatically mean you're socially broken. Very often it means your brain is built for depth, not noise. Psychology suggests that people high in introversion, openness, what's called need for cognition, are wired to seek meaning, pattern. In real stories, your mind is always asking, what does this actually say about who they are? What does it mean? So when a conversation never leaves the surface, it feels like trying to live on snacks when you're starving for a real meal. You don't struggle with talking, you struggle with talking about nothing. Your brain is a signal over noise system in a world that treats noise as normal. In this video, we're going to unpack why your mind reacts this way, your need for meaning, for authenticity, and for using your limited social energy wisely, and why. Used well, this isn't a flaw at all. In fact, once you understand it, you may never apologize for disliking small talk in the same way again. To really get why small talk grates on you, you have to look at what your mind is actually built to do. First, there's your need for meaning. Some brains are perfectly happy hovering on the surface. Yours isn't. You're wired to look for ideas, patterns, stories. When a conversation stays stuck on whether work complaints or same old, your mind quietly thinks, there's nothing to bite into here. Psychologists call this a high need for cognition. You genuinely enjoy thinking deeply. So a long stretch of low-content chatter feels less like socializing and more like mental idling. Then there's authenticity. Small talk can feel slightly fake. Both people know the answers don't really matter. If you value emotional honesty, that disconnect bothers you. You'd rather hear honestly, "It's been a rough week," than another automatic "I'm fine" you. Even if it's messy, your nervous system relaxes when the mask drops, not when the script is perfectly followed. And finally, there's energy management. If you lean introverted or have a sensitive nervous system, every interaction costs something. Your social battery isn't infinite. Spending it on endless surface loops feels wasteful. You'd rather invest that energy into one or two real conversations that actually move something inside you. For others, small talk is a fun warm-up. For you, it often feels like a tax you pay before anything meaningful can start. Most people only see the silence or the escape. They don't see the hunger for meaning, the need for honesty, and the calculation of where your limited energy will go. The tricky part is that this depth wiring can guide you, or it can quietly turn into a wall you hide behind. Here's where it gets a little uncomfortable. There's a version of "I hate small talk" that's just honest self-knowledge. You know what feeds you and what drains you, so you choose fewer, deeper conversations and protect your energy. That's healthy. But there's another version where I hate small talk slowly turns into a shield. You start rolling your eyes at people, assuming they're shallow, using your depth as a quiet excuse to avoid any social effort at all. On the surface, both sound the same. Inside, one is guided by values, the other by fear and a kind of lonely superiority. The real shift begins when you ask yourself, am I protecting my energy or hiding behind disdain so I don't have to risk being seen? When you see it clearly, your story changes from, I'm bad at talking to people, to something much closer to the truth. You're a depth-oriented communicator living in a world that worships noise. Your brain is a high-signal system. It lights up for real ideas, real feelings, real stories. You're built for fewer, richer conversations, for the friend who calls you when they're done pretending everything is fine, for the late-night talks where people finally say what they really mean. That's not a social defect. That's a different kind of social gift. Owning that doesn't mean sneering at small talk. It means letting it be a short bridge, not a place you live. You can smile, answer a few light questions, and then gently steer towards something that actually matters. Or give yourself permission to step away when your battery runs low. If this felt like someone finally described your social life out loud, you're not alone, and you're not too much. Subscribe and stay close if you want more videos that make sense of your patterns without shaming them. And tell me in the comments what kinds of conversations actually make you feel alive. Because in the next videos, we're diving even deeper into why people like you are wired for depth in a world obsessed with noise.